Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, then I'm Bowden the Great, and if you're like me and dying for some more Dredge content, then you're in the right place because we're going to be taking a look at everything we know about the upcoming Iron Rig DLC and talk about what we can expect in terms of new content being added in this DLC. And as always, please do not forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this new Dredge content coming out as we get closer to the DLC launch date. And a little disclaimer, we will be talking about what to expect in the new DLC, so if you want to go in blind, then you may want to pause the video. Now, if you have played the Pale Reach DLC already, you probably noticed how short it was, as it really only added one area along with some equipment and of course new fish and aberration variants. Realistically, you could 100% complete the entire DLC in an hour or two max. But thankfully in the new Iron Rig DLC, you should expect a bit more content added. The Iron Rig DLC as a whole revolves around a mysterious Ironhaven corporation. They are looking to establish an innovative drilling operation in the area to revitalize the towns and populations, but their true ultimate goal is unknown. As you gather materials to construct new buildings and biomatter to fuel the rig, meet new characters, craft new equipment, and catch new fish, you may uncover the truth behind their potentially nefarious operations. So the whole DLC will likely revolve around an oil rig, which I don't know if you ever see one up close, but they're pretty eerie on their own. Now obviously it goes without saying that there will be new fish and aberration variants. How many is still to be determined, but at least we have silhouettes of 4 different fish, what likely appear to be a sawfish, a tripod fish, an unknown fish that looks pretty creepy, and a lancet fish. Now honestly, these guesses could be wrong, but we likely will not know until the actual DLC drops. There's also been a new character teased, although I do expect there to be many in the DLC as well, but meet the Founder. And judging from the type of welding tool, he appears to be an underwater welder, which are pretty common on oil rigs given that it's out in the open water. Now, is he the founder of Ironhaven? The name certainly implies that, but it appears that as you continue to do jobs for him, that maybe he'll upgrade your ship. This idea is reinforced further with the new hull for the boat, which appears to be some type of metal. This unfortunately is where things end in terms of what we actually have been teased and actually know, but there are a few things that we can expect to see. Firstly, given that we are working with an oil rig, there will be some sort of oil spill or areas that will have oil spills that could possibly be too difficult to navigate through given that it slows you down or maybe can ignite and burst into flames. On top of that, oil can maybe affect the fish as well, so maybe the aberrations will be a bit more dark or oozing. Now, I would imagine that we'll get a piece of equipment that maybe helps us clean up the oil or navigate through the oil faster, similar to the ship upgrade in the Pale Reach that lets you plow through the ice. Since the Pale Reach is cold and was added to the southern part of the map, my guess is that the Iron Rig DLC will take place north or east of the map, and given that the Devil's Spine seems to be a bit more fiery, it would make sense. And secondly, we can certainly expect to get new equipment in terms of maybe new rods or nets to maybe even new engines. A new type of engine that maybe has 2 modes. Normal run mode, which acts as a standard engine, and biofuel mode, which can be used to consume biofuel or oil to speed up your boat, since there's a new fuel confirmed used to power the oil rig. For example, you can get a gas can or container that takes up a 2x2 slot that can say hold 1,000 biofuel or oil and can be toggled on and off to bump the speed of the engines by maybe 50%. A new rod type is likely as well, given that oil rigs are in extremely deep water. You maybe need a special rod to catch them. We are definitely also due for new lights as well, so hopefully some new lights that are maybe found by exploring or questing rather than just buying from the merchant. Honestly, hopefully more equipment found from exploring or quest rewards is also a welcome change compared to just buying it with the money you earn. I would definitely expect at least one, hopefully more bigger monsters added to the DLC, and even hopefully some panic-based creatures as well. Given that we've gotten an angler monster, a serpent monster, a kraken monster, whatever the hell a mind sucker monster is, the blind fish monster, and a narwhal, I'm really hoping for a much larger scale, scarier monster, given that there will be a lot of black and oil in the water. Now, my favorite option for a creature that would be both terrifying and also fitting in this new DLC is the Charybdis, which is a sea monster from Greek mythology, who swallows up a huge amount of water which forms whirlpools and spits it all back up. Now in game, it would both suck up the water and oil and spit it further, dispersing the oil around the map, which could potentially get struck by lightning or something similar, which could just set it off, engulfing the area in flames. Obviously, navigating around massive whirlpools themselves would be difficult, but the fact that they could spray oil around would be a cool mechanic so the oil doesn't just sit in one place. And honestly, some of the monster designs for the Charybdis are just absolutely terrifying. Either way, I'm sure the devs are going to knock it out of the park. Moving back to the Iron Rig itself, we'll be able to actually fuel the rig which we don't know what it does, but maybe it allows you to harvest oil from biofuel, which is how we replenish our supplies on our own boat. The one feature I'm really excited for that we have no information on yet is the new system that allows us to use materials to craft buildings. I don't know if it's the buildings on the oil rig itself or the buildings on a nearby island, but I'm guessing NPCs will move into these buildings, which will then unlock new quests or items for us to use. Unfortunately, this video does not have as much concrete updates and is still a lot of speculation at this time, but I think a lot of what we're speculating here will likely be accurate, and if it's not, you have my word that I will do a giveaway for maybe a few copies of the DLC whenever it comes out, but only if I'm wrong, which I won't be, probably. We'll have to wait till August 15th, which is actually the release date, to find out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and are as hyped up about the new update as I am, and I'll see you next time, YouTube. Peace out.